we know when you want questions answered, you go to the top. It's the midweek look at what's happening in Glendive schools. And we've got the superintendent, Mr. Stephen Schreibeis, here to guide us along the way.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning. So what's happening?
Oh, there's always lots happening, but today I just thought it would be good to update everyone on what's happening at Lincoln. That's something that's been in the news for quite some time when we had a declared emergency to figure out the heating system in there, and there was a lot of different things that happened, and a lot of planning, a lot of research, until we decided to get decide to abandon the 1909 part of the building and bring in modulars for that. There's a lot that's happened so far, a lot of miracles that have happened so far. I've been saying this since the beginning. There's a lot of miracles that have to happen in order for this thing to get pulled off. And there's a lot of that's happened already. We have almost 100% of it ready for these modulars to be here. And they could have been here last week and we would have been fine, but we're still, touching up those, but they were delayed a couple weeks, which, throughout the process, they've always told us that everything was on schedule. Everything's on schedule. In the back of my mind, I always knew that it was probably going to be like this, unfortunately. So we kind of planned for some contingencies. We are shrinking some of the things that have to happen once they come. Typically we had about 3 weeks, and we're trying to condense that into a couple weeks. And so far, our contractor said that they think they can get it done in that time frame. So we're looking at once these modulars come in. The plan is right now that they should be here the week of the 16th, and so next week already. So sometime next week they should be arriving. They'll be hooking it up. They'll be getting going, and then we'll be having the people getting everything else ready. And so there's a lot of pieces that still need to happen, but the plan is still going to be the same as to trying to get into this thing towards the end of the month. So the week of the 30th, we're hoping that we can do some kind of a move and transition. So I just presented to the board on Monday a transition plan that we've been working on for quite some time. We had a meeting with the teachers last Thursday, went over that with them before it went to the board. Asked questions, tried to see, hey, what are we missing? What's going, what does this thing look like? And so we had a good meeting there, had a good meeting at the board on Monday. We have a lot of things in place, with anything. One of the things I told the board and the staff is, especially in the staff meeting, I said, no one in this room has ever done this before. We have never tried to prepare for something like this before. And so we're putting things in place. We're trying to think of every little thing that can happen, contingencies and so forth. And so if people want to look at our transition plan, they can go on our website on the front page of glendiveschools.com. There's a link in the news section that says transition plan. You can click on that. There's other places you can go as well to get it. You can go on the board agenda from Monday, and you can find it there as well. But you can kind of see that's the beginning part of this. It just kind of lays out the plan, but it doesn't have all the specifics. So one of the biggest pieces is our moving plan, and that's the thing that's going to be just going to the teachers. It's very specific to our staff as to what this is going to look like. How are we going to do this? How are we going to make this so that we try to keep the disruption to a minimum? Regardless, this is going to be a disruption. It's, kids are going to be moving classrooms. They're going to be in one classroom one time and then another one, once we do this move. And so we are trying to make this as seamless as possible, but also make it as efficient and effective as we possibly can. So there's a lot of moving pieces to this. The coordination is going to, there's going to be a lot to it. And so we are really preparing for that.
CBS News Brief. Apartment buildings in Gaza.
Well, one thing can be said for sure, that kids will figure it out quicker than the adults.
That's right. Kids are a little bit more resilient. Not that they're more resilient, but they tend to deal with change a little bit better. And it is going to be a change, and it's going to be tough. But it's, Mr. Buckley, said this to the staff, and I said it to the board on Monday. If any staff can do this, it's the staff at Lincoln. And we're trying to keep the disruptions to a minimum. But the biggest thing that people, temperatures getting lower. What are they doing for heat? And so in the 1909 part of the building, we even though we're abandoning it, we still have to winterize it and make sure that it doesn't freeze. And so we already have heating units. That's part of the project. Heating units there, and so those are getting turned on this week, and that's going to help with taking the edge off in the hallways and even in the classrooms. But it's not going to take care of everything if it gets really cool. So we've also bought some infrared heaters that are going in the classrooms. That will be there, and we have and you can look on the transition plan. We have a tiered plan depending on the temperatures, and so we'll be doing daily temperature checks, making sure that it is comfortable, and we'll be communicating to parents and so forth. What that looks like moving forward. But we have a pretty good plan as of right now. Things can change. One thing, they delayed again. That changes things a little bit, but I don't think it changes it too much. We have a pretty good plan in place as to how we're going to keep our learning environment comfortable for our kids to continue to learn. So a lot of moving pieces, but it's exciting as well.
You'll get her done. You'll get her done. Thanks for the update, sir.
Absolutely.
Roll up your sleeves.
Yeah.
Time to not go to work. Keep working, right?
There you go. Have a great day, everyone.
Have a good one. Good. Go Big Red.